Hello, hello, hello. I'm Dr. Avis Williams, the proud superintendent for NOLA Public Schools. And this is our final edition of Talk Soup for the year 2022. Wow. And of course, I've got Courtney Washington, our Chief Communications Officer here. How are you, Courtney?
I'm doing great, Doc, and hello, NOLA PS community. It's so great to be here with our final episode for the 2022 school year.
Or calendar year.
Calendar year, yeah.
But we still got a whole semester left, boys and girls, teachers.
And attendance matters. So
attendance does matter. And you know what? We can start there because what I really wanted to do today is just kind of give a brief recap of what we've been able to do. And it's been an amazing few months getting started leading NOLA Public Schools. And, you know, one of the first conversations I had with community leaders was around the idea of truancy, school attendance.
Yeah.
And so one thing that we have done is really engage with the entire community, from canvassing the community to meeting with the mayor's office, with judicial judges, especially our family and youth judges, and working closely with our school leaders. And our campaign, Attend Today, Achieve Tomorrow, has been just a really constant reminder that school attendance matters. And I know that September is always the month where you really hone in on it, but we want it to be sure that our families know that we want good attendance all year long. And as we break for the winter holidays, I do want to remind our scholars and families that we will start back school in January, and your attendance will be much appreciated then. So Attend Today, Achieve Tomorrow was certainly one of the milestones from this year. And I just really wanted to highlight a little bit about the 100-day plan and what's next, because we're not done yet. Even though we're wrapping up the 100 days, there's still obviously much work to do, because the 100 days was really about listening, learning, and understanding, connecting with the community. And we did a great job of that. I know we were aiming for 20 meetings. How many do you think we had?
We had well over 20, and thanks to our community stakeholders for ensuring that we were a part of their meetings and sharing your 100-day plans, but definitely over 20. I will say about my last count was between 23 and 25.
I was thinking closer to 30, but that's me.
Well, I'm being,
but for sure, mission accomplished, right? In terms of having those meetings.
Still ongoing too.
They are, because, you know, I've had several opportunities to speak with groups, and when they start asking questions about the work, I share much of the same information and ask a lot of the same questions. And I've really enjoyed being able to do that throughout the entire community. And so 4 themes did come out, and I may have shared these before, but I want to just briefly go over them again. As we talk to community members, some of those themes included equity. Now, what I know for sure is that we have to define equity for our community. You know, for me, it's about removing barriers and making sure we're providing access to all of our scholars, and just the notion that all means all. But I do look forward to working with our transition team, our Board of Education, and the entire community on truly defining what equity means for us, and what it means to look at our data and look at our processes through an equity lens to improve outcomes for our scholars and families. Another one was literacy. And this is a personal love of mine as a teacher and as a reader. You've heard the saying that leaders are readers, and maybe it's readers are leaders. But reading is important, and being able to do so at an effective level is really paramount to the success of our students. And so when we think about literacy, we know that it's not just about what happens in those early grades, although that's important. We've got our K-3 teachers are working on the science of reading right now. But as our scholars matriculate up, we still have to make sure that they're reading on grade level, because as a former English teacher myself, it's really hard when you're working with high school students and they're so far behind on reading. And it's a challenge for them to learn in just about any subject when they're struggling with reading. So literacy, and I really want us to look at that through a multi-generational lens. So we're also supporting families if we need adult education and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Another area that really came up was enrollment. And we've talked about this numerous times, and I've mentioned already that we do have a solution circle that's working on the enrollment challenges and just really unpacking what those challenges are. Because the specific challenges may vary from family to family, just
Right.
depending on their experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do look forward to sharing the outcomes of that solution circle when we return from the holidays. And the final area is school quality. And this is definitely top of mind for me as an educator, as a leader,
Mm-hmm.
because I know that every family within our parish deserves to have access to a high quality school. And we will continue to focus on that. And we do have a solution circle that will be digging deeper into the idea of school quality. I am working with our team and school leaders to form a team to work on a 5-year portfolio plan.
Okay.
And as we look at where we want to be in 5 years from now, the main focus will be on improving school quality. So really excited about that. And then the final thing is just as kind of a wrap up, I look forward to sharing the state of our schools later in the year. Well, not this year because this year's almost over. Next year,
Yeah, it's
February of
mhm.
next year, we'll have a state of the schools address. And at that time, I will go into more detail, recapping the 100 days, updating on where we are with NOLA Cares, the work of the transition team, as well as next steps and what the community can expect as we move forward. So.
Yeah. All great. So it's been a busy few months, but all good. We've gathered some insightful information to ensure that we're still being successful serving our scholars, our staff, and our community stakeholders. So
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you, Doc.
Yeah. And my most the favorite thing for me has been the school visits. I mean, I
Same.
just love the school visits. Can y'all create a video of just me and school visits? Is that too much to ask from the comms team? Like as my Christmas present?
Well, right on top of that.
Okay. Have your people get with my people.
We got it. But most
Because I
definitely.
mean, when I tell you, that just brings me so much joy when I get to see our babies and our amazing teachers too.
Yeah.
The engagement and just the excitement and the enthusiasm for learning. I mean, we've seen everything from math lessons that challenged me to gardens and
Yes.
farm animals.
Love it.
I played kickball against some fourth graders, and
That
I
beat
took
you.
no mercy. Okay, it's a game. Okay. Yeah, but it's just been a lot of fun, and I look forward to continuing that when we come back from the holiday break.
Yes, and we look forward to continuing to share that out and to showcase it because we are sharing, more information about our schools and some of the exciting things that are happening and also some of the programs, what makes them
Yeah.
special. So that's been the highlight for me as well, tagging along with you throughout your visits at the school. So yeah.
Yeah. And so I know we always do word on the street, but I found a new term recently
Okay.
that just aligned with what we're doing.
Okay.
And this and I found out it's actually fairly common amongst educators. It's called street data.
Okay.
I love data, right?
Right.
Street data is that data that you're not going to find on a website. You're not going to
Yeah.
find it in a spreadsheet. It may not have anything to do with numbers, right? Or
Mhm.
percentages or anything. But street data is some of the most important data that can drive success for a school system
Mhm.
because it's all about listening to people and truly understanding some of the challenges and the nuances that numbers may not ever capture.
Right, right, right.
And so our word on the street is really about unpacking street data, right?
Yeah.
So if you've got anything that you're curious about or need clarity on,
Mhm.
just let us know because we would love to be able to unpack that street data during our word on the street segment.
Yeah, and so again, as always, you can email communications at nolapublicschools.com, or we do scour our socials for
Right.
street data as well. And so if we see it or if you inbox us, we can gather it from there as well. We want to make it easy for our stakeholders to share that information with us. So most definitely, I like it. Street data. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We can, take that and own it now because
Yeah.
We
Oh,
said
yeah.
it right here on Talk
Right.
Soup.
And that
So,
makes it official.
right?
So it's ours. I'll get it trademarked.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So thank you, Doc, so much for that recap. And we'll continue to share out more information as it relates to your 100 days and the state of the schools address in the spring. So wonderful. And I just wanted to leave us with a few announcements if you were done.
Absolutely. Go for
So
it.
yeah, I still want to remind everybody about the redistricting process and how you can stay engaged and informed in that process. Just visit our website, nolapublicschools.com, and there is a section for redistricting. There is an engagement tool that the community, everybody in the community can help to build some draft maps. And so the first round of community meetings have already taken place, and the second round will begin after the holiday. So we'll be sure to highlight that. And so if you can come to those in-person meetings, that is wonderful. If not, you can watch the presentations and still provide your feedback, and all of that information will be shared across our social media as well as on our website. And we're still in enrollment season, people. So again, head on over to enrollnola.com, and all of your information that you need to get started and completed is there. But again, reach out to the help desk if you have any questions about that process. And that information is also on our socials, and we'll be sure to make sure this on the homepage so it'll be easier for our families to access. We've begun introductory meetings for our advisory councils, but I do want to share that we are leaving those councils applications open, and so that we can get more parents, especially. We want some more parents on our advisory councils and more students across the district on our advisory council. So that information again is on our website. I hate to keep saying it, but we do have it on a landing space for you to easily access it. But by all means, we'll reshare that information across our socials, continue to share it with our schools and other stakeholders to ensure that you guys complete the application and join us. We want to hear from you. We want your voices. We value your voices. So I invite you to join. And that's all I have for today.
All right. Well, we wish you all a very safe, happy, and joyful holiday season. And definitely look forward to seeing you in the new year. But until then, we'll see you next time on Talk Soup. Thanks.
Bye-bye.